Hey everybody, this is Javi, and you're watching the Bowtie Psychic on YouTube. I am a psychic and intuitive medium who uses divination and storytelling to help people overcome generational um, trauma. And so I am actually doing a video. Um, to be honest with you, like I have not done any sort of video around the zodiac signs because of my own insecurities about them. And so Spirit is definitely going to tell me to continue to do that and continue to shift and overcome a lot of my fears around being wrong. So this is me doing that. So from now on, I'm going to be doing a video every day for all the zodiac signs, and I'll be doing one once a day instead of doing them all in one day. And so I am going to be starting with Leo, and this is actually for Leos who are looking for love. And the reason why we are starting with Leo is because it is Leo season still, and so there's a lot of energy around for Leos. And so what I'm getting as I was tapping in what I was getting is that before I get started with anything, is that Leos are those who are looking for love are basically not settling. They're not willing to settle in any way, shape, or form. And so what I'm getting for from spirit as far as Leos is that not only are they not willing to settle, they are looking for someone who is of equal strength, of equal integrity. They are not looking for anyone who is not able to or willing to match their energy. So that's what I'm getting for Leo right away, as far as looking for love and looking for a partner or multiple partners who are better suited for them because Leos are very proud. Leos are very, and they're not just very confident, but they're very proud. They're very proud of their life. They're very proud of what they do, and they put a lot of work into themselves. They put a lot of work into their life, and they are looking for someone who is willing to do the same thing. There are too many people out there. They feel that they are wasting a lot of time, their time, because Leos are very much about, you know, get to the point. Get to the point. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my energy. I really don't have time for y'all. And so what I'm getting for Leo is that when it comes to a life partner, when it comes to um, someone they are willing to be with, for one, they are to be beautiful inside and out. They are to be attractive inside and out, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. There is nothing that turns a Leo off as someone who is extremely insecure within themselves or extremely off kilter when it comes to their energy. They are not here to babysit. They are here to find someone who will add to their life. And the only person who is able to add to their life, in their opinion, is someone who is very solid and have their shit together. So that's definitely what I got, for Leo. And so the new moon energy is coming up. So a lot of you, what I'm also getting from spirit is that a lot of you will be doing a lot of work around the new moon as far as manifesting the type of partner that you are looking for, because Leos are very powerful. Leos are very precise. And so I see them listing a lot of qualities and doing a lot of love rituals around the new moon, around the new moon, not just to release or what knows anything that no longer serves them, but to basically um, pour a lot of that, relationship, romance energy into the rituals as well. I suggest using red candles, red or in white candles. Red is very passionate, very lustful. So definitely when it comes to that type of work, depending on what you're looking for. Um, Also use a white candle to settle that off, to basically balance that energy out. So you're not finding anybody or releasing a lot of lustful energy if you're looking for a life partner. So that is what I'm getting for Leo as far as love and romance. Basically, you're being told, Leos, not to settle. You're being told not um, to put anyone above you, and you don't do that anyway. But you're being asked to, well, that's being reiterated over and over and over again because 2019 is very much an energy, a strong energy for Leos as far as letting go and releasing. You've been doing that anyway. You've been doing a lot of moving around, a lot of, you know, you've been making moves as far as your own life. And what I'm getting straight up is that you are definitely looking for someone who is doing the same thing. So please, I want to say around, um, I'm getting around October, within a couple of months, you're going to be seeing a lot of changes as far as your love life. I'm feeling a lot of heart chakra stuff too, in that I'm not feeling a lot of heartache or anything like that, but there are a lot of Leos that are feeling a lot of you are longing for someone. You are longing for someone to meet you where you are. You're longing for someone to not be intimidated by you. There's like a yearning. You're yearning for someone who can match your energy and not be intimidated by you. You know, match your energy and not be so afraid of you to the point where they will do everything they can to take from your energy, because the moment they start doing that is when the relationship falls apart. So that's what I am getting from Leo on an intuitive level. Basically, you are literally being told, Leos, to stand your ground and to continue to not let people um, basically take advantage of you. So if you resonate with that in any way, shape, or form, by all means, and I meant to say this before, and I apologize for it. No, I just like started blurting. But if you resonate with that intuitive message, by all means, like subscribe to the channel, like the channel, um, share a comment, post a comment rather, and just please let me know how it resonates with you. And let's have a conversation around love and how you can seek love, um, because you are just not you're not here to play. You're not here to play at all. Um, I'm just getting that, especially for older Leos around early 30s, not early 30s, but late 30s, early 40s. I'm getting that a lot of you are looking to settle down and you're looking for someone um, that will that you can spend the rest of your life with, someone that you can raise a family with, someone who you can build an empire with, someone you can have children with. You're not ready to play anymore. You've been there, you've done that. And so I'm just seeing a lot of um, Leos in their mid mid 30s, early 40s, pretty much ready. I'm going to say like until like 45, 46 years old. 45, 45, 46-year old Leos are like, okay, we're done playing, and we are literally here to settle down and to raise a family. It's as if like now that is the autumn season, the equinoxes is coming through. It's like for you, like you're thinking about your morality, you're thinking about your legacy, you're thinking about who is going to um, continue my legacy when I'm gone. You're thinking on that level, at this point. And so as a result of that, like you're just not you're just not when you're going through the dating sites and things like that, that you realize that for you the pickings are very slim. And so you're being asked by spirit to, for one, keep the faith and keep looking because that person is there. That person is very much there. It's just that you have to sift through a lot of the bullshit that are on these sites and in the dating world. People who are not necessarily serious about raising a family and settling down. Because that's exactly what a lot of Leos, especially those who are in their late 30s, early to mid 40s. That's what y'all are looking for. You're looking for someone that you can like settle down and build a whole world with. Um, and you're looking for someone who is willing to settle, not settle, but um, when it comes to your ego, you're looking for somebody who can actually handle that. Because what I'm getting is that you are you're high maintenance. You're high maintenance when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your desires, when it comes to your way of thinking, your way of life, even when it comes to your own person. You're even your outer appearance for the most part. You take pride, and a lot of ego goes into the way you look and the way you present yourself, and you are looking for someone who is willing to handle that. They're willing to handle your long hours in the bathroom, your long hours in getting ready, your long, the preparation it takes for you to be you. Someone who is willing to um, basically like, um, they're also, and to be honest with you, like, despite the fact that, there's a lot of energy, that comes with being with the Leo, you're also looking for someone um, who is willing who is willing to basically sit you down and tell you about yourself. You may not like it, but that's something you will appreciate. You do not like yes people. I'm getting that Leos do not like yes people at all. You can only deal with that for so long before you get incredibly bored. And then you start to realize this person doesn't have a mind of their own. You want someone to keep up with you. You don't want anybody, or you're looking for someone who is able to keep up with you. You're not looking for somebody who is not going to be afraid to bruise your ego when it's necessary. You're not looking for someone who will allow you to step all over them. You're looking for someone who is willing to stand their ground and tell even you, Leo, that what you're saying does not make any sense in the long run. You're looking for someone who is willing to tell you that you are to use your common sense and put your ego aside and care about what other people are thinking, because you are not the center of someone's universe, regardless of what you think and what you are or how you're behaving. So then we're looking for someone who would basically help you settle down. I'm thinking like an earth sign that would like a Taurus, um, a Capricorn, or Virgo, someone who would, at least a Capricorn, someone who would like basically tell you, yes, a Virgo, someone who will basically tell you, to settle down. You need someone, or you desire someone in the long run around an earth sign that will literally tell you about yourself, basically. Someone who is literally able to tell you about yourself. Yeah, I don't think a Virgo is your best bet. A Virgo is your best bet. A Virgo is someone who is literally able to, they have their own life, they have their own, you know, things going on as far as their own life. But when it comes to loving you and telling you like it is, telling you about yourself when you are in the wrong or if you are going too far, they'll be the first ones, especially, you know, women in particular. They'll be the first one to tell you like, no, I'm kind of the fuck in. So that's what I'm getting intuitively. Yeah, you want. I'm also getting Leo. You are looking for someone who is as successful as you are. Someone who is not going to um, rely on you, rely on you for finances, rely on you for resources. The person that you are looking for, they have their own. They're independent. And they can stand on their own 2 feet. They can stand on their own 2 feet. So I am going to pull cards now for Leo as far as love, energy. The highest spirit of energy using the vessel. Whatever comes through is for you, the highest and best of my guardians, ancestors, advisors, guardian angels, and masters. Whatever comes through may come from a place of light and love that is rooted in truth. Ooh. Yeah, I feel a lot of your strong energy. I do not play. I do not play. Yeah, you are the earth sign would really be good for all of you. Right. So I am looking. I am actually. Um. Ooh, dear spirit, I'm actually using the Oracle of the Mermaid deck. Um, I'm using Oracle cards instead of like the regular tarot deck that I use. That's what Spirit is calling me for. So that's what I'm doing. Let me turn on this light real quick because I feel like I'm in the dark. Now you can see me better, a little bit better. I usually do work in the as far as the videos. I used to work in the during the day, but I realized that I'm more of a night person. So if it's a little bit dark in here, that's why. But words of wisdom, the message you have for Leos who are looking for love. Okay. Oh wow. So you got the air card. The air card right here. So is breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life bringing energies. So what I'm getting from this card right away, Leo, is that you are to whomever enters into your life, make sure there is like a equal energy exchange. Okay, especially from your end. Whomever you are going to be involved with, or whomever who you are meant to be with, regardless of who they are, a twin flame or a life partner, make sure that there's reciprocity. That you are not like the relationship or whatever you're doing, a courtship, is not one-sided because it can easily get to that. Leo, you're basically the party. You're very much a fire sign. Okay, when you walk into the room, people know that Leo's walking into the room. Okay, so when you are with someone, make sure you're paying attention to them. Make sure that you are, make just please make sure of their presence. Is basically what this card is saying. Make sure of their presence. Make sure of their energy that their energy is correct. Make sure that you are giving to them as much as they're giving to you. Make sure that when you two are together, there's respect. There's a mutual respect. There's reciprocity. I'm also getting a real that you are to be aware of what you say to this person, how much time you give this person. I'm also giving time. Give this person attention and time, and make sure they are doing the same for you. I'm just getting energy exchange, energy exchange, energy exchange. Do not let it be one-sided if you find the person that you are looking for. Get to know that person. Get to know, you know, what their likes are and their dislikes, what makes them tick, what makes them, you know, not, do something. Like basically like get to know this person to make sure they are healthy for you and that they're right for you, and make sure that they do the same for you. Because uh, because Leos thrive on attention. A lot of them thrive on attention, and when they don't get attention, that's when they start to think that is there something wrong with me, or that's when the ego stuff gets in the way. So make sure, don't jump to conclusions, but also make sure this person is feeding your spirit as much as you know they're feeding yours. Okay. I also got the soul cage, rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. So this is what I'm getting for a lot of Leos who are um, possibly in polyamory relationship or polyamorous Leos. Make sure that the person that you are with is not restricting you, and make sure that you are not putting unnecessary restrictions on the person that you are interested in. Because there is nothing that kills a relationship more than people with different expectations getting together and trying to fit into each other's perception of what a relationship is, or someone else's perception of what a perfect mate is to be. You're being told to be yourself. You're being told to be yourselves, whoever you end up with. If you are polyamory and you are looking for a certain person, and you're looking for a type of relationship, say so. If you are not willing to settle down yet, but you just want to date someone, say so. If that person is not being honest, have that conversation, because nothing is worse than two, three, four, five people getting together and one of them is not being honest, and people are being feeling restricted or feeling as if they have to um, fit into some sort of mold. Don't dim your light to be in a relationship, but also make sure that the person isn't pretending to be who they're not to appease to you. Make sure that everyone is honest. Make sure that everyone is communicating. Make sure that everyone is up to par as far as what they are looking for. I'm getting a lot of that heartache again. I'm getting that heart chakra. Well, I ask spirit to tap into the heart chakras of a lot of Leos, or those who resonate with this message. But I'm also getting like it really hurts your heart when you are restricted, Leo. Like it really hurts your heart when you're restricted. It hurts your heart when you have to pretend to be somebody you're not to make someone else happy. I'm getting that some of y'all are doing that. I'm getting that some of you are doing that. Like you're literally pretending to be someone, or you're not. You're pretending to be someone, or the type of person um, you are not, in order to make someone else feel comfortable. And it is like completely out of your element. And it really hurts you because you are not putting yourself in the position to be yourself. So you're being asked by spirit to be honest and don't put yourself in a cage in order to be in a relationship. Don't put yourself in a cage in order to be with someone who is not of like mind, body, and spirit. Okay, if y'all are not on the same page, then the relationship is going to fall apart. If that person is not polyamorous, then that relationship is going to fall apart. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get jealous. There's going to be envy because everyone is playing a role and they're not. So do not fall into. This is why it's so important. These cards are each oracle card, tarot card, playing card, whatever you use to tell messages. They all tell a story, and those stories are interconnected. Now I'm seeing that whomever you end up with, there needs to be reciprocity and there has to be honesty. Reciprocity takes honesty. Reciprocity takes honesty. So if you are going to end up being with somebody, make sure that you are on the same page, especially if you are in a polyamorous relationship or in an open marriage or an open relationship. Make sure that there is reciprocity and there is communication, honesty, and integrity. Because the moment that integrity, once you start putting each other, in a chokehold, is a problem. So when it comes to that type of when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, be honest with the people involved. Be honest with each other. Don't put yourself in a position where you are restrained. See, this is what I'm talking about too. I'm also doing this. This immediately fell out. This is the freedom card, independence, and and self-determination. Leo, and this is no surprise at all that everything in this in this card is red. Even the fin of this mermaid, everything's red. When it comes, like Leos also desire and crave their independence, and when they don't have, if they don't have that independence and that self determination, um, is as if again they're out of their own. So make sure that if you end up being with someone, make sure that that person respects your independence and your self determination. Like you are like whomever you end up being with, um, they are to respect the fact that you need your space. It's also okay to request your space. It's also okay to request that this person, like that's why it's so important for this person to have their own life when they end up with you. It's so important that they have their own identity when it comes to being with you. And it's very important that you act um, with integrity. If you crave freedom, Leos are very independent individuals. Their fire cannot be tamed. Make sure that you're with someone that isn't trying to put you in a chokehold, in an energetic chokehold, in order for them to control you and control the situation. I'm just getting like from that card alone, the freedom card, that Leos crave their independence, and when they don't receive that independence, um, they will go. You will go elsewhere. Yeah, I'm just feeling the aggravation from people. I'm feeling that feeling of aggravation of being stifled. So that tells me that some of y'all are currently in a relationship with someone who is attempting to stifle your spirit, and so you're feeling aggravated, you're feeling agitated as a result because this person is either clingy, needy, or controlling. Either way, they're using their emotional state to manipulate or attempting to manipulate the situation. So you are not leaving them, and you are and they're doing everything they can to control your movements or control your narrative. I'm just getting a lot of um, that energy of agitation. I'm getting that energy of agitation. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that, Leo, that you're very agitated. Some of y'all are very agitated, um, and you're in a very unhealthy relationship right now. So this is the time for you to think about your safety, your sanity first, because the relationship as it is not healthy. You know, some listen. That's completely against your nature to be with somebody trying to control you. Y'all are a lot more powerful than that. The person that is doing this, they're not even on your range. They don't have the range to do this. This is a water sign doing this. I'm getting a water sign is doing this. Some of you are dating a Pisces. One of y'all, a few of you are dating a Pisces who's using their emotional state to control you and manipulate you. I need to check that real quick before it gets worse. I mean that. Get over here so y'all can see me better. It doesn't help either that I'm wearing black. Oh well, that's that on that, right? But yeah, I'm definitely getting that you're with a Pisces or a Cancer. I'm definitely getting like a Pisces. They really are using anxiety and their sensitivities. And there's nothing wrong with being sensitive, but there's something really wrong with being sensitive. And they're using that sensitivity to keep you at a certain level and is agitating you. Because you're wondering like what's happening now. Just be aware of that, Leo. Just be aware of that. I'm getting that this is a female energy doing this. Like a female um, who's acting fragile, but they really aren't. They really are anxious, but they're taking it to another level because they're afraid that you will leave them. Just so you know. So I'm pulling from this deck here. So this is like the eight of I'm sorry, the nine. No, it's eight. It's eight of fire. Eight of fire from the tarot deck. The Dreams of God tarot deck. A whole nother energy too, just like the whole energy shifted. And basically what this is basically confirming what I just said here. You're very much a free spirit. You you are a person who is walking into the room and people know about it. And so you're looking for someone who is doing the same, who is willing to do the same thing, is able to do the same thing as far as stand on their own 2 feet and to be a star. You're very much a star in your own right. The person that you're going to be with is basically going to be on your level. And this person is always also like um, I'm getting like as far as people who are in cis relationships, this person is going to be the complete opposite cis relationships, heterosexual relationships, I should say. That person is going to um, they're going to be like a male version of you, or if you're a woman, or a female version of you. Um, this person is going to be like a mirror image of you, as far as your energy, as far as your your likes, as far as your temperament. You know, this person is going to be just like you in a sense. You know what I mean? Like if whomever you are with, they're going to be just like you. They're going to have fire elements, but they're also going to be someone who is going to remain, keep you calm and help you remain calm. Yeah, this person is very much this is definitely a Leo energy right here. A Leo energy, someone who is like very much of um a person who is you're going to be very much attracted to another Leo, even though an Earth sign is is ideal. You want someone with as much fiery energy as you. So this is definitely a Leo energy that I'm feeling from this card. Um, very much like you. So just be aware that if you do fall for someone, they also have that's what this card is saying. Um, they will have there's a potential um, there's a potential of them being another Aries and or Leo and being just like you. Just be aware. And this is also the mother card. Mother card is basically the Empress in the traditional deck. Okay, in the traditional Rider Waite deck, um, this will be the Empress, the mother will be. Even though, and this is another, thank you, Spirit. Even though ideally you will love to be with another Leo, another fiery energy, the person you're actually going to end up being with is more of an Earth energy, has more of an Earth energy, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. This one definitely has a Taurus energy to it. Taurus energy, very magical, very practical, very much down to earth, pregnant with ideas. Because the mother here is very much pregnant in this picture. If you can't tell, pregnant with ideas, pregnant with love and compassion, very down to earth, but is not afraid to tell you about yourself, not afraid to get in your face and help you see things and put things in perspective so you can settle the fuck down. Basically, basically. So yeah, like you definitely are looking for someone who can match that fiery energy. But what I'm getting from spirit, Leo, is that as far as your love life, you are to be with someone who is very more practical and someone who will remind you uh, of your mortality. Okay, and so I'm just getting like your earth sign deal um, with this, and so that really confirmed everything. I'm also getting something about safety. You're going to be safe. You're going to be safe. So I don't know whether or not you're feeling something, pertaining to your personal safety or whatnot, but um, you're going to be fine as well. So that's all I have for Leos and pertaining to in your love life. You know, whomever you're looking for, they're going to be there for you. But if this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, please, 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 um, share this with your friends. Subscribe to the channel, to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to, and also not just subscribe, but basically like and comment. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I also do personal readings. So if you are looking for a more in-depth reading about love, money, or whatnot, go to thebowtiepsychic.com to schedule an appointment. So on that note, I am going to let y'all go. Thank you so much for watching this video, And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Peace.